This video is sponsored by OP-Singles.com. OP-Singles is an online store that sells, well, one-piece card game singles. So if you are starting out or you are a player that needs some extra spice for their deck, you can go to OP-Singles.com and check out their catalog and see which cards that you need. Not only that, they do have the starter deck singles as well as some exclusive promos that you can get from their stores as well. Now they are only carrying English version singles of the card game, but that's going to be useful for newer players or players who are experimenting with different decks who want to pick up a particular set of singles for their decks, especially if it's some of the newer ones that you don't have access to. They also carry some alternate art, so if you're interested in branching out and getting like alternate arts for your collection, then check out OP-Singles.com. You can use the link in the description below, or you can use the code Asyrafchazz for 5% off your orders so you can get your decks ready and be playing the One Piece card game. So thank you again OP-Singles for sponsoring this video, so click on the link below and find out more and get yourself some One Piece singles today. Alright, so Noah and I are back for another tier list. This time we are working off our OP-03 tier list, so if you haven't watched that video, you can watch it. The link will be in the description below. We go into more detail into each individual leader. For this time round, we're not going to touch on the leaders that are currently on the tier list. We will expand our thoughts a little bit on the OP-04 leaders as well as maybe the ST10 leaders, but we will be shifting things around as we go on in our discussion. And you notice that we added a new S tier, or at least I added the S tier, but I do feel like some decks belong there. So Noah, are you ready?
I'm ready and I'm excited for this because right now in the Japanese metagame, we are approaching OP-05. We have gone through the OP-04 cycle and we can see that some decks don't belong in certain tiers right now.
That's true.
We need to shift them around.
Yeah, we got a lot to shift, and basically we're basing this off certain tournament results. Noah has a video on his channel talking about how the Asia Championships in Japan, Singapore, like regionally as well. So you can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. He goes into super in-depth detail about the who top 8. So we're gonna base it off his data a little bit as well. So that's great. Yeah, let's start with the S tier decks. Let's just jump into it. And I feel like well, at least two of the decks I know is gonna be in S tier, and it's Whitebeard and Zoro.
Oh, I'm putting Whitebeard and Law in S tier because I think the two of them actually have the most championship wins in Japan and in Asia, especially for Law within Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Law still, no matter what, it just doesn't disappear, and it doesn't even use a lot of cards from OP-04, or if any at all. It just uses the same old list, but it's still really, really strong. I was going to add Law as well. I just thought like, Zoro and Whitebeard had a little bit more showing, but I think now that you mention it, Law has a little bit more top 8s than Zoro, right?
Yeah, and I believe Zoro did not win any championships, or was it one of it? Forgot.
Yeah, I think he won one, and but there is a reason why Zoro isn't winning a lot, and we'll talk about that particular leader. I think you know which one, your favorite, in a little bit. But yeah, I think safe to say Whitebeard, Law, and Zoro. Bandai obviously doesn't have a red problem, right? But
No, I think it's a conspiracy. You see, Bandai logo is red, so there might be some biasness going on there.
that's true. Some Bandai stuff favorite color is red, but you know what? It's good. Things might change in OP-05. But yeah, let's put some stuff in A+. Any thoughts on? But where would you rank your Zoro?
Zoro, I will put it at the end of rank S.
Okay.
Only because it's still very efficient. It's very strong aggro, and it also has removal now that they are playing the Gordon package with Five Face and Marco.
Yeah, so that's true.
You can either play the Winnie version of Zoro, or you can play the long range, the mid range game.
I agree.
All these clearings.
And like when it's the same thing like previous metagames, when Whitebeard is on top, Zoro combined with like Crossfire, or what is it, Fire Daruma? Forgot which one. Plus 4k.
Fire Doll,
there we go. And then yeah, the Diable Jambe is cheesing out the win as usual. But yeah, it's still really, really strong. Are there any other decks from the current tier that you want to put in S?
think S tier is like a tier on its own where it's only
Untouchable.
for these three leaders. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
I might
agree.
I might move some from B to A to A plus, but I don't see any other leaders going to S tier.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That I share the same sentiment as well. All right.
And it's also surprising to see that most of the A plus leaders are moving up to S,
Oh,
leaving the A's behind.
yeah, that's true. They're slowly just going up on their own tier, which some people may love, some people may hate, but yeah, Whitebeard is indeed a problem. Has always been. That's just the common consensus. Even oh, by the way, this is talking about the Japanese format. So for those people in the English version of things they're watching, there are no restrictions at all. So it's like 4 times Radical Beam, 4 times Night Cost Whitebeard, 4 times Marco the Phoenix Blocker. So it's a little bit
Which
more.
I would believe that coming into OP04, they would leave the restrictions because personally, I feel OP04 Whitebait isn't really big of a problem.
Hmm. It has
It's
a
like
lot of. Oh yeah, every deck
every
has
deck
a.
has an answer to it.
Yeah, I agree. And now purple is gonna get more answers to Whitebeard, and it has the highest conversions of top 8s or top 16s, but not a lot of like wins. There are a few,
Yeah.
but yeah, not a lot of wins. All right, so shall we move on to the A plus decks?
A plus, I would want to move Takuri up to A plus.
Mm.
I think it's still really strong thanks to 10 cost mum, and also you can swing for 7,000 every turn for 1 Dawn and checking both players live. I think that's a really good advantage to have.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there right there with you. A plus for category. The reason why it doesn't get S or doesn't do better is because it gets checked by Whitebeard a lot, and also Red Green Law. Like it just has a bad time against these two decks. But
Problem
with
is, Katakuri doesn't have removal,
yeah,
removal on demand. They are only using Thunderbolt right now.
yeah, that's
But
true.
that's the only thing they have. Yeah.
OP-05, watch out, yellow players gonna get something good. But yeah, Sanji and Beige, those two like 2K, sorry, the trigger cards actually do push Katakuri to a whole new level, I feel. But yeah, A plus is where it should be. I moved
Oh, is
Ace,
yeah.
yeah, back down. I think it's still a solid deck, but it hasn't been doing so well.
I agree. I'm actually moving Ace to A as well.
Hmm.
I believe Ace did win a championship event in Indonesia, and after that proceeded to win the regionals there as well.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay, that's
think
great.
A is where it should be.
Indonesia just single-handedly pushing the power of Ace. That's great. Yeah, I agree. I think Ace is where it should be at A. It's still a strong deck, just not as strong as the others out there. Still a solid leader. All right, Eustace Kid.
I think Eustace Kid, along with the other two green leaders, I think they belong in B, so not moving them up to A. Me,
So, Kid, Odin, and Kinemon, right?
yes.
Okay, yeah, I think I agree. There, as much as Green has just taken a hit in OP-04, and there are other green-based decks that kind of took its place. Actually, there's only one, which we'll talk about later on. But yeah, I think B is fine.
But speaking about moving to tier A, I have to push my boy Crocodile up to A.
I,
Uh,
I agree, and I would
Not
have.
just because I'm biased, because I ran it for whole season,
Mhm.
but I think it has good answers to Whitebeard, Zoro, Law. Unfortunately, it still has bad matchups against yellow decks and as well as Ace. But other than that, I think it has a really good matchup against metagame.
Yeah, I agree. I think when it comes to Ace, when it comes to Crocodile, I think Noah single-handedly showed people how it's done. Top eight, right, at Malaysia Championship. So like, congratulations again for such a great placing. And Deservedly so. So I think even in the Japanese like metagame, we always see like one copy at least in like the top 8. And recently, as
Yeah,
last week, it was like top 4, was it?
right.
So it
And even
deserves a.
as recent as last weekend, I think one of the regionals in Japan, Crocodile made it, I think top 32 or top 16.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
So good.
and it did get a top 3 in Indonesia as well.
Yeah. I think Crocodile players, stocks rising, stonks.
Really solid choice, if I have to say,
Oh,
for OP-04.
OP-04. Get your Crocodile ready. Alright, how about Yellow Yamato?
Yellow Yamato, I want to put it at A, but I think it belongs in high B.
Yeah, I agree.
It's still really strong, but it just lacks a boss monster or proper support for her. So right now she's using the Big Mom Pirates.
It's like
And
basing
it's
off, yeah, another strat. Yeah, I think Yamabro, yeah, I think B is where Yamato is supposed to be. Just not a lot of good showing. That's the point. All right,
still a really strong effect, but
really strong.
with the proper support, I think it can easily go up to A.
And hopefully in OPO5, I've seen like Noah's kind of cooking some lists with Yamato, so that's great.
Looking forward to play Yamato in OPO5.
All right. Should we finish off our old A leaders? So Magellan, Smoker, Rob Lucci, Black Yellow Big Mom, and Yellow Big Mom. Let's clear them with first.
Okay. I think I will put Yellow Mom in A, so
Ooh.
she will remain there.
Oh, A. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Only reason being you can play for 10 cost Mom. She's really powerful, so at A.
Both moms or just the yellow mom?
Just the yellow. The black yellow, I'll probably drop it to B.
Mm,
Because there's really not much showings or any wins in top 16 or top 8.
yeah, I agree. It's
I'll
just
probably drop it down to B.
it used to be so like prominent in the meta, but people are dropping it in favor for other leaders. Specifically, I think Queen does a better job at doing what Black Yellow Mom does in terms of like
Right,
the
right.
life gaining. So yeah, unfortunate, but yeah, I think B is where Black Yellow Mom's at. What about our boy Magellan?
Magellan. I had Magellan at B, and I will leave him there. Maybe in
Yeah,
the OP-04, it lacks the support, but I'm pretty sure in OP-05, it will be somewhere in A or high B tier.
I agree. I think Magellan is still great, but it's just not a lot of showings. But yeah, OPO5 onwards, Purple's gonna be a menace. Magellan will have a lot of toys to play with. So yeah, for now it's B. Will definitely change in OPO5. Alright, what about the two black leaders, Smoker and Rob Lucci?
I want to leave Lucci at A, but I want to move down Smoker to B,
Hmm.
maybe slightly below Yamato.
Oh,
So
okay.
for
No,
my
just
A
in order.
tier, I will have Ace Crocodile, Big Mom, and Lucci at the bottom of A tier.
Okay, I think yeah, we're sharing the same sentiments as well. I would have Smoker at B, just not a lot of love for Smoker for now. Just Lucci is just the I would say the prime choice for black decks or mono black decks. So that's great part. All right,
And you can even play either the Army, the Navy, or
Dressrosa.
CP9.
Oh, CP9, yeah.
Yeah, CP9 or Navy. So there's different variation for you to mess around with.
There you go. I've seen some Lucci lists play the 7 cost Luffy Dressrosa one as well, the Gear 4 Luffy. Not bad. I mean, like, still needs kind of work because it's sharing like the Dressrosa and the Navy package, but I think there's some spice there. But yeah, having like its own dedicated CP9 engine would be more consistent.
And I think in OP-05, Blackjack is getting more support, so more stonks.
Oh, SR Lucci, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I think we are more or less okay with the current changes, and then like now we're gonna take a look at the B tier. There's some stuff I want to move down, unfortunately, but let's talk about the starter deck Luffy ST01. I feel like it should stay with B. Like there's some decks that made it to like top 8 at like regional events in Japan, but it to me it has always felt like player dependent. Not the leader dependent. I think the leader is just good, but that's about it. It's just B tier leader.
I agree with you. If I want to play red, I would rather play Zoro, Law, or Whitebeard, or even Ace.
Mm-hmm.
They just do a better job than Luffy.
All right. Luffy just middle of the tier. I think yeah, that's where it's supposed to be. What about red green Luffy?
Red Green Luffy definitely going down the tier.
Yeah.
Really to C tier, just because there's really not much play. No one is messing around with him. And if
Yeah.
you're going with Red Green, there's a so much better leader in Law.
Oh yeah, 100%. When it comes to those colors, Law just takes the cake. Yeah, but C is where I'll put him as well. Yeah. What about your boy Dofi?
Dofi, I will still leave him at B,
Mm.
but probably above the greens. Yeah, maybe on par with the starter deck Luffy. Yeah,
Okay.
but still in B.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think Dofi just is just good, but yeah, same thing. Not enough showings. It does have a lot more support now, similar to like Crocodile, in terms of like the great events that he has. But yeah, not the greatest in terms of tournament finishing.
And I think it's still dependent on Perona and Doffy to check your top decks.
That's
And
true.
also, you're not really playing tempo, you are just playing out characters in rest position, which can easily be removed.
Yeah, yeah. It was strong at first. Right now, I just feel like it's getting a bit outclassed, especially if you're fighting against like kata decks. Like, sure, kata has you probably stand a decent chance, but like once the mums come down, it's probably gonna be hard.
Yeah, that's true. So that's where I'll leave it
All right, okay.
here.
Blue green Sanji. I'm moving in down to C.
Blue Green Sanji. It was really at C tier for me, so it will
Oh,
remain there.
okay. I think I've like yeah, I just haven't seen him around. It's like okay, it's okay, but like yeah, definitely doesn't belong in B anymore.
I think last week there was an interesting tournament in Japan.
Hmm?
Everyone participating it have to use Blue Green Sanji.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's fun for like a close format,
Yeah,
maybe
feels
not competitive games.
casual leader, casual games. Yeah, definitely for sure. But
The
tournaments,
leader is fun, definitely.
yeah, definitely.
It's not competitive.
What about Ivankov?
Ivankov, we did see some Ivankov on the Japanese streams, but unfortunately none of them did well. I will leave him at C tier.
Oh, you're dropping to C. Okay, I think that's when our
I think
first.
it was in C the last time also.
Oh, right. Yeah, our list was slightly different also, right? Yeah, I'll still put Ivankov at B. Yeah, but it doesn't have a lot of showing now. But I think it's still a decent lead. I would rate it higher than like Red Green Luffy, so that's why I put it at B.
The reason why I don't like Ivankov is the ability where you draw two cards at the end of the turn. It's easy to predict when attacking the opponent.
Mm,
You can roughly gauge if he has two cards. Probably he only have four guard at most.
right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. That makes sense that way. It's like easy to outplay.
right.
Okay, I have Zephyr as my next one. Any inputs on that?
Right now in OP-04, I think it still belongs in C. I had it at C,
Hmm.
but in OP-05, I will definitely be bringing him up to probably B tier.
Okay. Yeah, I
Just
think
lacks the support right now.
yeah. I agree with you. I think C is where we expect him to be. It was quite popular. The people have rated Zephyr a bit highly, but it doesn't really have a lot of showing. So yeah, unfortunate, but yeah, C is the way to go. What about our boy Arlong?
Long remains at C, me, but it should be at the lower C's,
Oh, the lowest. Okay.
lower somewhere. Yeah, probably together with red green Luffy and blue green Sanji.
Yeah. I think
I was thinking of putting it at D,
hmm?
but D is like a special tier for special leaders.
Most special. Yeah, I think Arlong still like can meme. It's like a meme casual deck, similar like Sanji. It does does do quite strong things like explosive starts and everything. But yeah, I was very fond of Arlong previously, but now I think yeah, C's where he's okay. Uh, okay. Is there any leaders left in B that I haven't said on your end?
I think all has been cleared. In my B tier, I have Yamato, Smoker, Red Luffy, Doffy, three green leaders, Magellan, and Big Mom.
Okay, yeah, same as mine, but mine just has Ivankov there as well. All right, now let's go to our C tier leaders, and I think start with Purple Kaido.
Purple Kaido, I'll still put it at C.
Yeah,
But of course, again, after OP-05, he'll be going up, or probably to B tier.
yeah, I
But as
think
of now, OP-04, B tier.
I agree. I agree. It's right now all the purple decks are just kind of low, but they will have their time to shine. So Kaido C, I'm there with you. Black ST08 Luffy.
I will put him at C, only because I don't want it to be in D tier, and I don't think it's good enough to be in B tier.
Yeah,
Again, if you want to play black leaders, Rob Lucci is the guy if you want to play.
yeah, I'm there with you, and I think Luffy it's just there. The ability is nothing that special, and yeah, Lucci is definitely the more preferred choice for black leaders. All right, red black garb, and I'll put my opinion in. I think yeah, I have it at C the last time. I'll put it at C still. I don't think garb should be at DD. Yeah, like you said, it's reserved for the special leaders. But I feel like yeah, next set. I think we've talked about it. Next set, garb might be slightly better, but we have to wait and see.
I think the new Rob Lucci works well with the Cubs' ability,
Oh, so good.
and with all the new black supports like Manchery and Rebecca, I think it's possible that Gub goes up to B tier, low B tier.
Yeah, I can see that happening easily. But for now, Oyaji gonna put it C. I have Kuro and I have Nami left on C for mine. So let's start with Kuro first.
Right. I think Kuro did see some wins in like standard battle of I don't think there's flagship wins, but very small sample size. Because of that, and also we don't see any showings in championship events. I'll leave it at C.
Yeah, I agree. I have him like around the same as like Kaido, like higher C, but that's where he should be. Hopefully he gets better, but yeah, I think there are just better green leaders out there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kid is better than Kuro.
100%. Alright, what about your favorite? Nami.
Very controversial leader. I think it really depends on your luck. Also really depend on the skill of the player. Like the sequencing of events,
Mm,
how you counter. It can either do really good for you or really bad.
yeah, that's what I feel. But sorry, where would you put your Nami at?
I don't want to rank it too high, but I don't want to rank it too low either. I'll probably put it at high B.
Mm.
Also because it just won a championship regional in Japan, right?
Yes, yes, it did. It was a great,
So
great tournament. But
I
yeah,
will leave it at high B.
I agree as well. But yeah, I agree with you. When it comes to Nami, it's just so high roll gacha. It does require a lot of skill with the stacking and like counting your cards, making sure that you are playing your events in the right order. But it also, you if you get lucky and you hit like two draw two triggers of your life, you're probably like good to go. So yeah, high B is where I would play it. I find it difficult to put it at A, even though I do think that sometimes it can go there, but more consistent decks are where I'll put A at. So yeah, B is where I
Right.
think it'll be okay.
I agree with what you say. I want to put more consistent decks in A.
Mhm.
Nami feels a bit gachai or high rolly.
That's true.
So I think B is where it should be, just in the middle of the tier list.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now is there any decks from D you wanna uh help escape from the D tier?
Actually, I still have two leaders in C tier.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's the two blue purple leaders,
Okay, yes.
Kaido and Kaido.
Those were in my D tier, but where would you put them now?
I will still leave it at C tier.
Mm-hmm.
In the lower C's, but Kaido higher than the crocodile.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing because, yeah, blue purple, both of them got slightly better support. It's not fair to put them at D because you can actually still play them. Kaido is gonna have a lot of fun next set. I hope, just good cards for him coming in OP-05.
Coming OP-05, as long as you're a blue player, purple or black, I think you will benefit a lot with
Mm,
all the new supports.
yeah, that's true. All right, and I think everything else at D, mainly Sakazuki, Shanks, Uta, King, and Iceberg should still stay there. No need to move them.
I don't see any support or any cards that can bring them up the tier.
Yeah, King is
Even looking at
still a bad
OP-05,
leader. Oh yeah,
it is.
who knows? King might be good in OPO5, but yeah, we'll wait and see.
You need to give an errata to King where it's minus 1000 for both player turn. I think that would be
Hmm.
uh, much more playable.
Yeah, I think if he gets that, like immediately can consider put at B or something. You know,
Uh,
but now it's
Even the worst at C,
yeah, even at worst it's C.
really strong effect if it's minus 1k for both player turn.
All right. Okay, and with that, let's move on to the OP-04 leaders. I think a lot of people are excited about this. Starting with VV, and okay, I'll let you have the waifus, and I'll talk about the Dofi after this. Yeah, so where would you put VV?
V, I think it's really tough. Like again, because leaders can't attack,
Mm-hmm.
she can't attack, and then you need to commit two dawns to give something rush. Although we have seen like some players doing well in championships or flagship events, they didn't manage to win,
Mm-hmm.
or they will bubble out of top 16 because the deck is not really efficient.
Yeah.
So for although it is still playable, it's tough to play. Pilot the deck. So I'll probably put it in B tier,
Oh, okay.
mid B tier.
I think yeah, I tried out VV, and yeah, it's just inefficient, and maybe it's a skill issue, but I cannot make VV work. And but seeing like the results, and a lot of Japanese players have done really well, and maybe it should be a B, but I'll put it at like high C, like as of now. I
I think
think
that's fair.
yeah, but then thinking about it, like it okay, maybe yeah, high C, low B. Okay, I'm gonna put it at B, low B, because I think it's slightly better than like an Ivankov deck. Like, but I can't really say for sure. So yeah, for
Alternate
now,
art for VV is great though.
oh, that one is S tier.
Yeah, agree with that.
100%. Okay, green purple Dofi, and this like green purple Dofi was very popular in the start of the meta game. Kind of
Right.
fallen off a little, still very very strong. I will put green purple Dofi at like, if I can put it at A plus I would, but I think it is more consistently at A.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm actually putting coffee at A tier,
Mm,
just below Blue Crocodile.
okay, yeah, I think that's where it should be. It's still a great deck, great leader. People kind of know how to play against it now. So unfortunate,
It's
unfortunate.
really consistent with all the searchings and drawings.
It's so good, and specifically Film Dofi. That's the version we're talking about. Don't Create Pirates Dofi doesn't exist as of now. Maybe next set, but yeah, Film Dofi just so good. Yeah, A
But
A.
towards
Oh,
yeah, A
sorry.
tier. But towards the end of OP04, we barely see Doffy.
Yeah, it's like he used to be like Dofi every week, and then after that, yeah, you don't really see him anymore. People are still playing him like locals and all, but not as popular as like the first month of OP-04, I would say.
I agree. Even during the local events, a lot of people bringing down their Doffy decks to try out the new toys. But
Mhm.
after a while, they just go back to the three decks.
They just go back to the Whitebeards and the Zoros, sadly. All right, Isho Fujitora. Where okay,
Interesting leader.
yeah, man, we rated
think,
this so highly in our
yeah,
OP-04 tier
I
list.
think during the pre-release, a lot of people had high expectations on Isho. And even for our tier list, we ranked it very high.
Mhm.
Fortunately, showings wise, it didn't win any chip events, championships, didn't get any placings.
Yeah,
So
sad.
what do you think? Where do you think it would belong?
I don't think it's quite D tier level. Even though like it really doesn't have any showings at all. I think it's like the end of C, like the lowest of C to me.
Uh, I think I will have it at mid C,
Mid C, okay.
be around Kuro, the C tier.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Um, I think it's yeah, you know what? Yeah, I kind of agree. Roughly, may better than the blue purples, I think. Just cause like green and black very strong colors. I wish it did better though, but like yeah, no one really made it work. So that's sad. All right, now we can move on to your, I would say one of your main decks in this season,
Yeah,
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Okay, where
Initially, we rated quite low, right? As we were saying
can
she can't
attack.
attack, and um, yeah, I don't know why we rated her that low.
Turns out
I
searching
think
for one Dawn, even
yeah,
if it's two cards, is good.
it's really consistent, and then being able to recycle through your deck, especially with King Kong Gun giving
Oh,
double
so
attack push for
good.
game. I think it's really strong. And for that, I actually want to put it at A plus.
Yeah, I had a feeling you
It
put
also
it there.
depends on the player.
It's true.
It's a really difficult deck to pilot, and it punishes hard if you make a misplay.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I think I was expecting you to put A plus, and yeah, I put it A plus as well. It does really well, and I think you told me this that it really eats up like Zoro, a little bit of Red Green Law, because it just has a lot of great cards to deal with them, but it loses to Kata's 10 cost mom, and that's the
Right.
only reason that it's not at like something like an S tier.
The way Rebecca plays is just to out resource the opponent, just keep wiping their characters and their hand cards.
Mhm.
Then when the opponent have no other resources, that's when you swing for game, like Luffy with King Kong Gun and stuff.
Yeah, like big
Live off that.
attacks with Luffy.
I
And
believe it might go into S tier in OP05.
I I don't doubt that, man. I think next if we ever do this again, I think it's gonna change yet again. But excited for that. All right, so A plus Rebecca. We have two more leaders from OP-04. Excuse me. So let's start with Queen.
Maybe you wanna place him first.
Okay. I think Queen is very very good. But it's pilot dependent as well. It's tricky, especially at the late game when you're going for like whether you want a life gain, 9 cost Yamato, etc. Still, I think it deserves a slot in the A slot, right around Dofi like that.
For me, I want to put it at B,
B tier.
or maybe high B, above Nami. Like mentioned, it really player dependent. Sometimes if you play wrongly or if your deck list is built wrongly, you might break with all the high cost characters in hand.
That's true.
I'll put it at B, but it can easily be in A tier also.
Right. Yeah. I think Queen. Just I know there was a few like after Dofi got its moment to shine, and like in between like Rebecca decks like being topping like tournaments, Queen actually had a brief moment where it like had a good representation at the top, and then yeah, it kind of went away similar to Dofi after that. But yeah, I think it's either A or B depending on the player. I'll just have him A. You can have him at B. I think that's fine. And yeah, you want to talk about your other favorite crocodile?
The last OP05 OP04 leader,
Hmm?
which is purple yellow crocodile.
Yes. Where would you have him?
I've tried cooking all different ways to make this leader work. Unfortunately, it belongs in C tier. The synergy is not there, and I think the 8 cost crocodile isn't really helping much with this deck either.
Yeah,
I don't know
unfortunate.
what this deck is lacking.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it had the potential like, oh, 7 cost Big Mom and then 8 cost. I'm gonna gain life every turn or something like that. But yeah, it just doesn't work as intended. And disappointing for sure, because like the starter deck Crocodile is the only one that is doing really well, but the other Crocodile leaders are like, well, like,
But
come on.
with every set coming out, I will definitely be trying something new with the crocodile.
Gotta rep.
Just a fan of crocodile.
Yeah. And yeah, C tier. Okay, so this is where it's at. We'll just briefly go through like maybe the top few. Yeah, Whitebeard, Law, Zoro, definitely S tier. And then Katakuri and Rebecca A plus. I think yeah, these are the decks you should be expecting. And then the A tiers are decks you will see at locals. You will see people cooking with them, and they have decent tournament results. I'm gonna put Lucci above Big Mom actually. Yeah. So then the rest, you can still play the leaders that you love, but these are what you should be expecting when you're joining like locals or bigger tournaments.
If you want to top in events, then you should probably look at the decks in S, A plus, and A tiers.
Mhm. Can definitely do at least decent placing. And if you want a good conversion rate, if you're aiming for like top 8, yeah, Whitebeard's kind of like the leader you should be looking at. But if you want to win the whole thing, then you should be looking at other decks. I think like Whitebeard doesn't win enough.
The most championship wins is Law, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, it's Law. Okay, I thought it was Whitebeard, but that's cool. Law. Oh, sorry, wins is Law. Okay, yeah, Law's the one that you should be looking at.
And next would be, I believe, Rebecca with 2 wins.
Ooh, okay.
Championship. I might be wrong. I forgot the data that I collected.
Yeah, no worries. Katakuri 0 wins, unfortunate, but still a strong
But
deck.
there's one category win.
Oh, is it outside
in
of Japan?
Philippines.
Shout out to my Filipinos. You're representing Katakuri.
But in all the championship events, there is a few category in top 16.
Yeah.
Each championship events. Yeah. So it's still very relevant deck.
Alright. A plus leader, let's go. And yeah, should we kind of talk a little bit about the SC10 or should we save it for like OP-05? What do you think?
It's up to you, but since already here,
maybe just like a basic like overview. Okay, let's start with Red Purple Kit.
In red purple kit. Okay, maybe just to share a bit about the leaders. When you buy this SC10, it comes with 3 leaders. I believe the English players will be getting them later this year.
Yeah, nearing the
So they
end of year,
share
I
the
think.
same cards,
Hmm.
but they have different leader for you to pick from. So yeah, for kit, I will put it at B. So I believe all the 3 leaders are quite strong because of their colors alone. But I put it at B because we didn't really see much presentation in top events.
Yeah, it's still kind of
Put it at B.
early for like big tournaments, but power level wise, yeah, I think I agree. I put it at B as well. Um, what about red purple law?
I think Red Purple Law has the most potential amongst the 3. It has tempo potential and aggro. I want to put it at IB.
High B, yeah. I think right now, currently, without OP-05, yeah, this will be a B. I feel like it might go up a little bit, but we have to wait and see for more like tournaments in the future. This is just purely on like power level, and I think high B for me as well. But what about red
With
purple Luffy?
Purple Luffy, I think I would rate it in IB tier as well.
Mhm.
Maybe side by side with Law.
Yeah,
6k power is still really strong.
it is, and like because it's 6K, and even though it starts at 3 life, that's the only reason why I'm putting it at like A, low A, because I don't think that it deserves like stronger than like some of the leaders on here. But I feel like 6K leader has a lot of great stuff in red and purple. Will only get better from here. But yeah, people will definitely be, because of like Zoro decks, people are too scared to run this Luffy because you can easily be Diable Jambit out of nowhere. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's either high B or low A. I think that should be fine.
Put it at high B. Wait, let me just move my queen. I want to put it below these 2 leaders. So Law will be at the top of B tier, followed by the Luffy.
Okay. I have them semi in order, so yeah, take that what you wish. But yay, we did it. There we go. Okay, so here is I'll put like this is my version of the tier list, and then I'll put Noah's version of the tier list right here. And you can see we both have similar opinions in the top few decks. Some of the other decks we have differing opinions, but it's all okay because this is what makes the One Piece card game great. If you have a leader that you love, just take it and play it to the best that you can. But understand that there are leaders that do better than others, especially in like bigger tournaments. So,
Our choices here is also like based on uh,
science,
events, backed by science
pure data collected by Noah himself,
from
and
all the championship events.
mhm,
So it should be reliable because they are being played at a high level.
yeah, that's true. And yeah, you'll then like I think a lot of the English players will also kind of notice if they watch like been watching the Japanese streams, how many of these like decks they see the top levels, and it's all almost the same every single tournament. So can't really dispute it. But I am excited to see what the English format will do with OP-04, like because they always do things differently. Like Dofi was strong in OP-03 when over here it's not really that powerful. Sorry,
I
Blue
do see
Dofi.
some Kuro running around.
Yeah, Kuro's very popular in English, huh? Gotta learn some tech from them next time.
So I think that's all the leaders we have for now.
Yeah. So okay, before I let you go, any thoughts on what you're excited about these leaders when it comes to like OP-05? Like any colors, blue, purple that you're excited about?
I personally am excited for Yamato
Hmm.
out of all the leaders here, and maybe Rebecca.
Rebecca, yeah.
Other than that, I don't see my boy Crocodile doing well in OP05. It's a better leader for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
We
I
will
know.
be doing a tier list, I think.
Yeah, let's do an OP-05 leader tier list,
But
which I will link in the description below and to the end of the card that you can check out on Noah's channel. And with that, I think that concludes our OP-04 tier
wait.
list.
What about you?
Oh,
What
sorry.
about you? Which
Oh,
leaders are you excited
sorry.
for?
Okay, when it comes to this current version that we're looking at, for me, I'm rocking my boy Kata just because I feel like there's a lot of good removal, at least early removal. Maybe I won't say good, like just say early. Coming to yellow that can potentially help it. But the deck that I'm most excited about, the leader that I'm most excited about, is going to be revealed in Noah's video. So you can gonna tease the audience a little bit. And you can check it out there. But I think it shouldn't be a surprise. The color of it is the same. And yeah, and with that, thank you, Noah, for joining me yet again on another tier list video. Really, really grateful for your input. And yeah, I hope that the people watching this, I know it's really late and close to OP-05, but we do this so that the English players have a reference to the leaders that are doing well, proven by data, science, and also a little bit of personal bias. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the tier list. And yeah, Noah, thank you yet again.
Thanks for having me here once again.
All right, we'll see you in Noah's video. Peace.
See you. Bye.